What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Wow, mouse sensitivity went through the roof again. Let me see if I can't fix that. Oh, where's the dang screen? What the heck? Now the game's not coming through. Let me see. Is that gonna get it? There we go. We got a screen now. Wow, the microphone's really peeking out too. Apparently there has been some audio setting changes with the last Windows update. Let me just turn that down just a little. Alright, here we go. Yep, I got that mouse sensitivity issue going still too. That'll do it. That'll do it. Exclamation nuke in chat there, just streamer, and that will give you a rundown of everything I'm using on the Monk. Let's see. V9 asked about DDA on Xbox One. Yep, it'll be next year. It's gonna be a while. Just wondering what some challenges no one says to do when you basically beat the end game. The challenge is moving on and playing a new game after you've become wildly addicted. It's so tough to just go and start playing something else when you're completely hooked on one game. It feels like you're missing something when you don't log into it every day, you know? Can I give tips for Onslaught? Yeah, there's literally thousands of them on my channel. If you just look there, there's a Onslaught tips and tricks video. Survived the Goblin Mac. Nice, Leo. Nick, what's going on? Anyway, y'all, let's hop onto it. This AP reset is going a little bit slow, and today's stream is going to be a little bit short, as I've got things I need to get going. Well, cross-save is a guarantee for DDA, Jaime. Cross-play is something that could potentially come later, but it's kind of out of their hands. That's a Sony and Microsoft thing. Nice there, Crazy Mage. Congrats. I'm not going to tab out to show any comments because I'm doing on that shadow server today. So if you can't not cuss, I mean, I know that's not bad, but it's YouTube, you know. Do you think it's worth it to farm Demon's Lair? Well, Demon's Lair is no different on any platform, Nick, that I'm aware of. The only problem on Demon's Lair is you can over DPS the boss, so you don't want to over DPS the boss. Like when I do Demon's Lair, oh, it's all good. I mean, I say the F word all the time, but, you know, YouTube is YouTube. My rule on Demon's Lair is I don't nuke him, so I'll never go up and melee the boss. I don't use my boost, and all I do is lightly spam right click. I don't even hold the button down, as just holding the button down will over DPS the boss and bug it. If you're all decked out, of course. Alright, let's pop in and check out. This is still making my way through Ancient Power 68. I'm at, what, floor 65 now. This is the OG Heroes only playthrough. I don't farm DD2 at all anymore, Nick. I've put in my thousands of hours already. What's going on there, AM? What did I used to farm? I mean, I'd farm everything. You farm your farm spot destination should be based off of what you need. Like for example, this is a hot item: pristine citron clusters. If you need pristine citron clusters, then you farm a dungeon map, and this one is actually a really good map for farming. All right, let's see what we got. We got Sigard Whompers there. EMP Dargans, Psyfrost, Pile It On, and Headstrong. We got Omega Squad Iota. They're armored. Abominable. We got a Draken's Barrage and a Game Ogre over here. So this is, without a doubt, my easiest lane here. So let's just go ahead and jack it up. Well, you know what? Let's go with a boost R2 and slow them up. The best floor for the first reset is push as high as you can. So play Onslaught until you absolutely cannot stand the game mode and you want to throw your computer through the window. That's where you should reset. If you don't torture yourself, you're going to wish you would have later. I hate to put it that way, because Onslaught sucks and it's just not fun. But the higher you push, the easier your resets are going to be. That's just all there is to it. What's going on there, Aramir? Alright, anyway, we got that. We're going to use some knockups. Let's go with some Sky Guards here. Let's see. This one actually won't be bad either. It's got Unstoppable there, so they can't be slowed on the flyers, but I don't really care about that. We do have Cyborgs here, so I think I'll do kind of the standard setup, but then I'm going to set up for some Cyborg control as well. So we'll throw our auras out here, but we know they're going to get disabled. Bad placement. Let's see. We know the auras are going to get disabled. In fact, I'm just going to do the same thing here. We got that Headstrong lane. This is the lane we'll have to watch. Yeah, anyway, we got Cyborgs out the ass. So there's no doubt some of these flames will get disabled. So going in, knowing that, what do we have left? We got 220 left, which I think some Earth Shatters would really help. Let's see, and we need an Earth Shatter pointed over at that spawn. And then an Earth Shatter pointed at both of these spawns. So we'll go one there. And one there, and that leaves me 40. Now, ideally, I could throw a Poison Dart Tower in, but at the same note, man, I'm pretty tempted to throw some Lightning Strikes down on these lanes particularly. If I threw a Lightning Strike out here, it's going to help on the flyers, but it's also going to be a little bit of a Cyborg distraction. Potentially. So let's do that. Instead of going with PDTs for the Petrify, we'll get some auras out here. Let's put that one actually I don't think can get borked. I went to like 500 and something. What's going on, Prestar? How you doing? Because there's 3 lanes of flyers, plus I'm using Earth Shatters. Crazy Mage. Remember, when an Earth Shatter knocks the enemy into the air, they are then a flying enemy. The Sky Guards are going to get massive, massive amounts of work here. Because there's 3 flyer lanes, plus a whole crapload of enemies that are going to get knocked out. Let's see, we'll just throw these here. This is the lane I'm going to have to watch for sure. You haven't ever heard of the popcorn machine build? God, I love the popcorn machine, man. The popcorn machine is where you throw a shitload of Earth Shatters at a crap load of Sky Guards and you let all the mobs get popped up into the air, you know? At some point the level, do you mean with Ancient Power resets? Yeah, Ancient Power resets cap out at floor 51 to 80. So you'll never have to go higher than floor 80 to actually do your resets. And here I thought that other lane was going to be the one to give me the problems. Just not getting through these ogres. I think some upgrades will resolve that. Oh, I've done the popcorn machine on almost everyone. My favorite map for it is Magus Quarters. Or Molten Citadel, pardon me. Alright, let's dump it all into that Game Ogre lane, because we know that that is where the push is happening. Oh, that's such an awesome game too, Slia. I've mentioned that game a bazillion times, and no one has really expressed any interest in wanting to do like a co-op playthrough. But the Don't Starve games, all of the games, my favorite is actually Shipwrecked, which I'm really bummed that Shipwrecked DLC never made it to Don't Starve Together. But that was so much fun. I mean, in fact, I'm tempted to play it again. Maybe that's something for a live stream, perhaps. Well, it depends. Some people like the challenge of Onslaught, Exodia. There's no additional levels of gear. There are a few Onslaught-specific mods. But there's no reason to do Onslaught if you don't like it, other than just for ancient power purposes, yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit more damage into them, but they're still just not dying yet. I think a Frosty Power over here would have been huge. There is no Chaos 8. There's no Chaos 8 gear that drops other than the special weapons from the Prime Incursions. But there is no Chaos 8 difficulty or Chaos 8 gear that drops. You have to make that. So you have to collect the crafting materials. Prime Incursions are Chaos 8 equivalent, and you can get a fully upgraded Chaos 8 weapon there. But your chances of getting a good one are pretty slim. And in addition to that, remember that if you upgrade a item, you can set it up with mods prior to taking it to Chaos 8. If it's already Chaos 8, then you got to upgrade all, say you got 3 mods from 3 different weapons you want to move over to it. You have to pay the Chaos 8 price because you have to upgrade all of that stuff to Chaos 8. And then transfer the mods over to the new weapons. So, I mean, it's not even worth farming for the weapons other than just for collectibles. But you do get Chaos 8. The best way to farm Chaos 8 amps is in Prime Incursions. The crappy part is you don't get any crafting materials, I've never got the a quality hero HP. I mean, I've gotten some crappy rolled ones, but I've never gotten a good one. A good Deathwing. It's a cool looking polearm too. I mean, if I was to want to go in and farm anything in the game, currently that's probably what it would be. But I've got zero motivation to do it. Well, there's no point if you don't get the higher benefit, though, AM, is the thing. You never, ever want to purposefully put lower quality mods on a higher tier item. I mean, that's just not a good idea. I mean, you can do it, but you shouldn't do it. You should upgrade the relics properly. Wow. Controller and anti-chaos? That's a really good ground piece for AP resets. That could go on something right now, in fact. It could go... That would actually be a good one for my Skyguard. 43,407. Yeah, the defense power is close on it too. I'm going to do that. Because Skyguard's naturally slow, So you get the benefit of controller servo. And then anti-chaos, the Cobalt enemies are chaos enemies. I mean, it's all dependent on your ascension level. The real benefit of ascension level is not that you get massive amounts of power, because it all caps out and it's not a significant amount. People think that having lots of ascension is a big deal, and it's really not a big deal. What's a big deal is it allows you to get the most out of multiple defenses on one hero. So, I mean, when you first start off, yeah, you should have a hero for every defense. But as you work your way up, you won't need that. You know, you can start cutting it down. Like for these AP resets, my normal play, when I was not doing AP resets, is I had one monk, for example. This one monk did everything. Just because some of the defenses I just didn't need the extra power or whatever on. Pardon me, I keep forgetting that my push to mute doesn't work, so... And I've got mad allergy and asthma issues, so pardon me there. I'm used to pushing to mute normally and clearing my throat, and I just realized I'm not streaming like normal today. So push to mute is not a thing. Hopefully your eardrums are safe. Onslaught basically, besides doing Ancient Power, which remember Ancient Power is an optional system as well. Besides doing Ancient Power, you never have to do Onslaught if you don't want to. In fact, I know many players that, like, they play through the campaign, they think they like it, they want to go a little further, so they go Chaos 1 to Chaos 7. At that point, they've got a few hours into the game, and they enjoyed their time, and they're done with it. You know, it's all based off of personal preference and what you want to do, really. I mean, realize it's a free-to-play grind game, period. So if you want to really push endgame in DD2, you're going to either have to pay for it, or you're going to have to grind. And I mean grind, like thousands of hours. You know? Well, maybe not thousands, but at least 1,000 hours. It's, you know, it's a free-to-grinder. You know, that's what the big turnoff was for many Dungeon Defenders players when DD2 hit. Just any anti-mods. Anti-controller is great, or controller servo is great if you're always using crowd control. Anti-melee is a hot mod. Defense rate at Chaos 8 removes the need to have a defense rate shard. Anti-chaos is a good alternative. I mean, I use anti-chaos, anti-melee, and defense rate, personally. But I don't always 100% use crowd control. So, using controller for me would be kind of a waste, since I don't always use it. I use controller servo on things that provide their own crowd control, usually. Because then it's always there, and I'm not tied to having to use something that I don't necessarily want to, you know? Or feel like I need to. Now granted, boost auras and frostbite towers are just absolutely incredible slows, besides the other benefits you get from it. Get it down! I prefer Petrify combo on everything. I wouldn't do two Sky Guards is a very valid option, but I personally wouldn't do 2 Sky Guards. If I wanted to set up a Petrify combo for flyers, I personally would put Earth Damage on the Sky Guard and just use a Poison Dart Tower. I mean, 2 Sky Guards, 1 Earth and 1 Poison is obviously a very valid route to take, but then you've got to set up a whole nother character for it, where you're going to have Poison Dart Tower set up anyway. You know? So, I mean, my personal opinion is I would throw Earth and then use a PDT with it. And you got 90 DU into a flyer lane that's going to be pretty much foolproof over any sort of death zone areas. Anytime, if you can jump off the map and die there, then flyers will insta-die there if you petrify them. replaying some old games from PSP called Patapon 1 through 3. Nice. I am so reeled into Graveyard Keeper right now. It's disgusting. I just want to go through and finish that story up so bad. It's just such a great little game. Alright, we got Omega Squad Gamma. We're going to want to do a big boy spawn camp here because we got javelin throwers. This one will be our lane to watch, Headstrong Frosties. And then Cyborgs, and Cyborgs. Or no, we got a dead Dreadbones up here. We got a long shot on that one. Alright, well this one let's set up as just a massive, massive spawn camp here. Let's go like that. We'll go like that. And then, just to really close the deal, we'll throw a Frostbite there too. Basically, I don't want those javelin throwers coming out and taking shots at that core right there. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to use a combo like that if they're flying over ground. You would only want to use them if there's a death pit. There's no reason to petrify flyers that are not going to die. You know, the whole point of petrifying them is killing them. Let's see. Ooh, this one's going to be tough because we got Headstrong here. You know what? I'm going to build that lane last because that will be the hardest lane for sure. Let's see. We got the old Dreadbones here. Let's just go something like this in Dreadbones, which gives me a little bit of overlap into these other lanes in case I have an issue. And do we want to do... Yeah, we might as well just CC them all out. So let's go with a Boost Aura and a Frostbite there. So I can turn that Frostbite, get a little better coverage out of it. There we go. Alright, Sleo, take it easy. Enjoy, enjoy. If there's no death pit, I generally don't use a combo. You don't have to use a combo on flyers. The benefit of using a combo on flyers is if there's a death pit. If there's no death pit, then why use a combo on them? There's no reason to. You can use bait towers on dive bombers, and you can use reflect beams at the core against range flyers, and then you don't need anything. Create a death pit with flame auras. Well, I mean, if you make a death pit, then there's a death pit, right? Let's see. Let's throw some poison up here. Still just cannot find a poison or a piercer servo for my PDTs. What did I get that time? Orc boom. Damage buff. Boo. Yeah, but Skyguards are going to work throughout 99.9% of all players' experience in the game. Skyguards definitely fall off. The higher you push, the faster they, the more they're going to fall off. But on the same note, they're still going to work at floor 500. And, what percentage of the player base is going to go to floor 500? Less than 1/10 of 1%, I would guess. So, I mean, for most people, it's a real easy flyer control. Well, I mean, I set my Skyguards all up, too, though. I was using them at floor 500, no problem. The only thing I did differently is, there's some situations where I probably would have only used one, and I ended up using two instead. But yeah, I mean, the Reflect Beam is like your biggest tool for everything in the game. Because I got more damage from resets, is that what it is? Cyfrost Vanguard Whompers. so this Flamar is going to be stunned the entire time, probably. Well, there's only 2 cyborgs, actually. Not really that bad. Let's go with, what do we want to leave? I want to leave at least 200. For that Cyfrost Womp lane. There's not really best heroes. I mean, if you had to, like, say what hero is going to add the most to your overall experience, it would probably be the EV2. But you gotta remember, it's a game. And if you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right. So if you don't like the EV2... I mean, the EV2 is OP as hell, don't get me wrong. It's my favorite hero, too, though, so I'm extremely biased. Man, I kind of want to dump more there. Well, I mean, I could always go lighter on the lane I'm going to fight in, right? Exclamation spotlights in chat, Nicholas. It'll give you a link to a playlist of how every one of my heroes' defenses are set up. Okay, we got 12 cyborgs here. That's a shit ton of cyborgs, right? I think we might just want to do the pound them in the face technique. We got headstrong, so we can't petrify them. We're not going to get any knock-up out of this. But I can do that. And then get some fire up there for the Frosties. That's going to be a rough lane. Saw someone else called juice bags in town. I mean, I can't imagine there's that many juice bags running around. Exclamation spotlights in chat. As I mentioned, we'll show you how I have every single defense set up. So if you want to see what a particular defense is set up, there's full rundowns of everything there. Alright, well, here's where we're going to need to fight. I'm worried about a few different lanes. That Dreadbones lane, only Dreadbones will be a potential problem. So I do want to keep an eye on him. But we got the big benefit we have here on this map is no assassins, as long as we don't lose our... Well, I mean, crowd control and damage are a fine balance, you know? Crowd control is almost always going to be superior to adding in more damage. But on the same note, you have to have something to kill things. That's where the big benefit of the Reflect Beam is it's so powerful, but plus it provides an element for the crowd control, so it's double dipping and doing two amazing things at once, you know? But if you just use CC and then you don't have any damaging defenses there, you're going to have problems. I use Diverse Power on a Boostar. I think that's probably the only place I have it. Let's see. I think we're just going to do even upgrades because that went pretty smooth. Smoother than anticipated. Is there a tower that I wish they gave more love before they left the game? Yeah, probably the Squire's defenses. Although the Ballista can be powerful. God, it was such a thing of glory in DD1. The buff beam? Yeah, I've used the buff beams. I've got a... Well, I mean, I had a buff beamer set up. Now, I don't have anybody set up. The tower skins I'm using are no longer available. They were from being in the Defense Council, which was basically buying the game really, really, really early in development. You had to pay for it. Or I think they came with the collector's edition too when the game very first launched. Yeah, I'm doing ancient power resets now there, bro. So you do an AP reset, you go back to your minimum ascension level, which in my case was several thousand lower, but it just doesn't matter. The only thing it did is now instead of using one monk, I have to use two. Is literally the only effect it had on me. Ascension is not what it is in other games. You know, like the Ascension system and the Ancient Power system was kind of inspired by Diablo 3's Paragons. But it's not like Diablo 3, where the higher you go, you're going to keep getting more and more and more powerful. The new game's out on PC. I went up to like floor 500 and some. I just find Onslaught mind-numbingly dull. In my opinion, and in the opinion of many, many consumers, it was one of the biggest mistakes in Dungeon Defenders 2. It's buggy, it's grindy, it's dependent on RNG, it's just a mess. That's what makes the people that push to 999 so special. It's not because of their massive love and massive skill level. It's because of their absurd patience level. Well, I mean, you know, we're different people, Random. What's entertaining to you might not be entertaining to me. What's entertaining to me might not be entertaining to you. Well, it's not abandoned per se, but it's no longer in development. It's still being supported. Servers are still turned on. Everybody has to remember, and it's a very hard pill to swallow because we're all such big fans of DD2, is DD2 was a business failure. So, I mean, from a business perspective, the game was a big fail. Now, it's a great game. I absolutely love it. It's pretty, it's fun, it offers a ton of gameplay, a ton of replay value, but it didn't make money. You know? Game don't make money, game don't last. That's life. Sadly. You just have to grind through it there, Red Mayo. I mean, you gotta remember it's a grind game. That's the trouble. I mean, you're not alone. I know many, many people in the same exact situation. I know lots of long-term players since early alpha that quit the game because they did an Ancient Power reset too soon. And then they ended up hating the experience. That was where it was really bad, and the 3 floors. I mean, you could go hours and hours and hours and hours without ever progressing a floor just because the game would crash on floor 3 and you have to start over. It was the worst thing ever. I actually had a live stream that was an 8-hour live stream of just doing Onslaught, and I didn't go up a single floor because the game kept crashing in 8 hours. That's awful. You know? What's going on there to Cobra? Stage 1. What up, what up? Edwin, hello, hello. I mean, all that stuff, the one map floors and the replay firm wave and all that stuff, that was all kind of in response to the broken system. I mean, there wasn't necessarily anything per se wrong with the old Onslaught setup. The problem was that the game would crash. And like on PlayStation, it was worse than anywhere else. So, I mean, I feel for the PlayStation people big time. Nah, if there's any news on that, Froggy, it won't be until at least a year from now, at a minimum. Probably longer. I mean, if there's any news about DD2 getting any more love, it will come around the holiday season 2021. Something like that. Well, I mean, all games are supposed to, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Well, thanks there, AM. Appreciate it. I mean, I don't see... I'm actually anxious to see how it runs on the new consoles. I mean, because right now it's like a complete train wreck on PlayStation. Xbox is buggy. I mean, PC is buggy, but Xbox and PC are about the same level of buggy. And then PlayStation just gets the raw end of the deal. Those I don't have, I never ended up getting any of those pre-ordered. My wife wants the new Xbox. I play some form of Dungeon Defenders game every day, pretty much. They're rad. What were my thoughts when well, I mean, the first time I played DD2, it was under a non-disclosure agreement, but it only had 3 maps and the 4 heroes, so... I mean, my first impression of the game was, wow, the game's not here yet. My first live stream, the game was a little bit more complete. And actually, we just went past my 6-year stream anniversary. Oh, look at me upgrading after the match. Just went past my 6-year stream anniversary here a few days ago. You're buying the new Xbox to hold your PS5? Fair enough. What's going on there, Overage? Appreciate y'all joining today. This will be a shorty today, though. If you have any questions, make sure you get them out there. What the hell, man? Why would it give me the same goddamn map again? See, worst system ever. Onslaught sucks. Let's see, what do we got? POS and a POS. It's a shame that one came with hero health. Actually, I'm going to save that one for a friend. I know somebody who wants it. The size of the PS5, you might want to buy 2 Xboxes. We're going to get... I mean, I would love to be able to have both of them, you know? But I think if we end up with one of the new consoles, we'll end up with an Xbox, just because the wife likes the Xbox, and she uses it way more than I do. Alright, did we get a piercer? No, we did not get a piercer. Well, you don't really want to grind any maps after doing an AP reset. You want to just climb through. So, I mean, like, in my situation, I have to go floor 51 through 80. I don't do anything else. All I do is floor 51 through 80. So, 0 grind. Game Ogre up top. We got Timmy down below. Not too shabby. Alright, we got proximity dread bones, so proximity will be nice here. And they can't be slowed, right? Yeah, can't be slowed. So I'm just gonna power them, I think. Just power through it. No point in dropping a frostbite there. It won't attack anything. I'm not really grinding it. I'm just kind of screwing around and having fun, Froggy. I'm playing the game for the right reason, to try to just enjoy it, you know? Let's see. Let's get some fire down for the Frosties. And then we'll get some crowd control in for the Cyborgs. I'm going to get one more there just because. Just because. I'm just having fun. I mean, I play the game very casually now, Vitor. It's fun. I mean, it is a fun game, you know? When the game stops being fun, that's when I'll probably stop playing it, you know? As with any game. As it should be. I think we'll be fine here. Which point do you transfer your old mods, turn it into campaign equipments after Ancient Power? I personally wouldn't. When you do an AP reset, it's a lot cheaper and still relatively easy to do if you just play and find the stuff off the ground. Like, just finding anything with positive mods on it, like this, for example. That's my Skyguard. I got a controller and anti-chaos. What more could you ask for, right? For free on a Skyguard. I got anti-frost and go boo boom on a flame aura. I got anti-mini boss and power servo on a lightning strike. So, I mean, just pick the stuff off the ground. And like the only thing this reset I haven't found anything for is I haven't found a piercer servo. So I'm only using the poison dart tower for just the poison and just using that campaign relic. All right, let's see. How do we want to do this? We got range mobs there, so we can't Earth Shatter the ramp. I love Earth Shatter in that ramp, though. Many good times to be had by Earth Shatter in that ramp. Let's see. Let's do that. That will still catch quite a few of them outside. At Draken's Barrage, I don't think I need anything on, but I'm going to just throw one there. Just for a little bit of power. What does that leave me? That's 380 for 2 lanes. And we got an Armored Timmy, which that's kind of a gift right there. So we'll just face punch these guys with the aura set up. That one's outside of it, but I don't even care. And then that leaves me 220 for the Game Ogre. Maximum effort. Tempted to throw some unique sources of damage. Crap, did I just put down Flame Auras with the wrong hero? Nah, they're good. Let's see. Let's do this. We'll get some Flame Auras in up front. That leaves me 120. Tempted. To just go lightning strikes from here. Can overkill it all with a little frostbite action maybe. And that leaves me 30. Where can we go? Where do we not want to have to do anything? I guess Dreadbones. Well, Dreadbones has already got 4 Flame Auras. So that's pretty beast. Well, we can do this. Yeah, if you play actively on an EV, their Space Case, you have a greater chance to get Shocking Revelations. So whatever hero you're playing actively on, that's if it's a mod specific for that hero that's not tied to like Onslaught or then that will be the easiest way to get it. Nah, yeah, you definitely don't want to push again, Prototype. Don't push again until you're ready. Oh, crap. Snoozing over here. I guess I should pay attention, huh? The problem with that is you don't need fully modded gear to do AP resets, and it's absurdly expensive, is the thing there, CG. Just doing good builds after pushing as high as you can and all that stuff, after properly preparing for an AP reset, just doing quality builds using just the junk off the ground, and it's an AFK experience. Bees are super fun, but their effectiveness drops off the higher you push. I mean, everybody loves the Dryad, right? Dryad's just super fun to play, but sadly the bees were ridiculously OP, and the answer to fixing their ridiculous OP-ness was nerfing them into the ground, sadly. That and their AI is really wonky. If you're in my Discord server, you can just, there's a command for it. You can type in a command, it tells you what's going this week, how long till the reset, and what mod will be there next week. Well, I mean, if you push to 999, my guess is you probably will find yourself not playing as much. I think there's, you know, of the people that push to 999, I don't know very many of them that keep playing, or play anywhere near like they used to, at least. I mean, what is there to do? Play a different game, for God's sakes. It's going to take you a long time to push to 999. You're going to have your experience will be fulfilled if you do that, you know? There's no reason to keep playing it. You know, what do you do after you beat Borderlands 2? You know, you grind out all the perfect gear. What do? You end up playing something different. Because you're done, right? You beat it. You win. You'd be surprised at how fast you could actually get there. The problem is once you get to the hard wall and having to coordinate groups with other people, and then re-rolling maps for hours and hours on end. But, I mean, do you like it or do you not like it? You know, there's been... How many people have even made it to, say, 950? Out of the millions of players that have played Dungeon Defenders 2. You know, it's like, what? It's... I don't know. I don't know how many it is. 50? 75? 100? I don't think it's 100. I think it's below 50 that have even made it to 950. Out of... we know that there's been at least 2 million players. God dang it, I did it again. Running around, just looking at chat, not even looking at the screen. We know that PC has had 2 million players, or around 2 million players come and go in DD2. Oh, that's never going to happen though, AM. It's not a competitive game. And on that same note, if they released a competitive game mode, you know it would be shit. If you want to play a competitive game, then play a competitive game. But this is not a competitive game, you know? Usually when companies try to cross a PvE game over to PvP, it usually ends up creating a less than stellar experience. I mean, I'm sure there's cases where it's gone well. But, I mean, first off, there's just no chance, because that's massive development time. So that amount of dev time is just never going to happen. Well, no, I mean all platforms. I was referring to the 2 million people from Steam. But on all platforms together. What's going on there, Catherine? How you doing? Orcs Must Die 2 is an amazing game. If they only had loot, man. If Orcs Must Die games had loot, they would be crazy. When's the new update for DD2? Sorry, didn't mean to laugh. But there is no a new update for DD2. If we get a new update for DD2, it will be over a year plus away. I mean, there hasn't been an update now in... I mean, adding the Christmas tree wasn't an update. That was them flipping a switch in the tavern. There hasn't been a game-changing update since Petrify was added, and it's been, what, about a year and a half since then? Something like that. What lane mods do I not like the most? Well, I mean, I can't stand Headstrong Assassins, of course. So, I mean, Headstrong Flyer lanes suck. It's only 102 that even made it to 900. And, like I said, we can... through Steam Spy, we can guess that DD2 on PC has had 2 million downloads. So, I mean, we also can assume that consoles have more players, have always had more player than PC. So, I mean, the percentage of people that are going to bother going through that is really, really slim. If you want to, the experience is there for you, and that's good. But it's not a fan favorite. No doubt. They haven't stopped development on Dungeon Defenders Awakened. It hasn't even launched on all the platforms yet. Shit, man, I did it again. Son of a bitch. Just keep ignoring that guy and letting him run on through. I mean, it's a DD1 remastered, but it's not a DD1 remastered. That's where they screwed up. They could have made it a straight-up DD1 clone, and it would have been wildly successful. But instead, they made it this half and half thing where it's kind of DD1, but it's not DD1, and you know, that's where their troubles with it are coming from, in my opinion. I mean, if they would have straight up took DD1, copied it into Unreal 4 as it sits right now, did some beautification on the maps to make them prettier, give some better hero models and character animations, take the ones from DD2 for God's sakes and just plug them in. If they would have done that, that game would have a ton of players right now. But that's not what they did. Instead, they wanted to reuse the map designs and then take away so much that people loved from DD2. Catherine, there's a playlist on my channel on progressing from Chaos 1 to Chaos 7 for your very first time in 2020. So I would go to my channel and scroll down, and there's a step-by-step playlist on how to get there all the way. Why no Weapon Mans? I don't really use Weapon Mans very often. That was last reset. Every Ancient Power reset, I kind of pick a theme of what I'm going to do. This one is original 4 heroes only. And the last Ancient Power reset was Water Elemental Weapon Mans. I just told you, Catherine. Like I said, there's a full playlist on how to progress through the base game. Well, it's a glorious defense. I love the whole concept of it. It's one of my favorite defenses in the game. That's what sucked when it was so OP. Because I knew when it was so OP that it was going to get nerfed. I mean, anything that's ridiculously OP in a game that keeps getting developed is going to get nerfed. You know it is. Sadly. You can only have your glorious Weapon Mans for so long. Well, obviously people kept them. anyone who has that relic set up already still has it, but I don't use, you know, I don't use defenses that a new player can't use that starts playing today. Or doesn't have access to. Obviously, a brand new player isn't going to have all the heroes and everything, but you guys know what I mean. If a player that starts playing right now can't use it or can't build it at any point in time, then I'm not going to use it. Not on stream or on videos. I mean, I'll use it screwing around when I'm just playing. You know? Playing with broken stuff's fun, y'all. I just don't do it on videos or on stream because, you know, a new player can't do it. I use the Mystic. I love playing the Mystic. She's super fun. Her crowd control is amazing. She's got great character models in her animations. You're gonna, if you want to push to floor 999 Tokyo, you need a team of players and you want multiple setups. You're not gonna make it to 999 by yourself just setting up one defense with one mod setup. Well, I mean, not necessarily the defense, but the petrify combo. So the reflect beams, I guess, I think would be probably the most broken thing in the game. I love them, don't get me wrong. I don't want them to change. I like using them. But they are just clearly extremely powerful compared to just about anything else, you know? Yeah, you can't combine Shocking Revelations and the Water Servo anymore. And you used to be able to. So the people who did it before still have that relic, for example. But you just started playing, you can't create this relic. The only way, I mean, you can't, you know? Unless there's some kind of hackery involved. Some kind of crazy hackery. Shelly Lynn. Oh, it's a medium with ability power anyway. I was going to say, if you're still there, Shelly, there's a coconut butt for you. That one's crap, though. Alright, what do we got? Well, yeah, it's extremely powerful. The EV reflect beam setups are absurdly powerful. Literally strongest thing in game. So it's definitely going to work well. Alright, we got Kursakazi going. That kind of sucks, huh? We got javelin throwers. I'm going to have to watch this lane for sure. Got it relatively easy on the Skellies. Spellbreaker Timmy, that's no fun. Game Ogre, Cyfrost Womps, and that's unstoppable down there. Yeah, if you sold a 10 out of 10 tenacity for 10 mil, you certainly scammed yourself. I mean, I gave one away for free last Christmas. So, I mean, it's all situational, you know. Alright, I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna knock up these mofos like crazy. And then I'm gonna Skyguard the shit out of them to get the extra power in over here. And we got long shot on those EMP kamikazes too. Oh no! Don't fall in! Oh man, stuck mid animation. I almost pulled it out. Well, I mean, it's still a great game. In DDA's current state, it's an awesome game. I mean, I've played it for 1,500 hours. I bitch and complain about it because it's not the game I want it to be. It's still a great game. It's well worth $30. I mean, if you play any game that costs you $30 for 1,000 hours, you got a massive amount of money, or amount of entertainment per dollar spent, you know? And you can do that right now. You know, you can easily play DDA for 1,000 hours, and it's $30. So, I mean, good stuff, you know. But, of course, as a longtime Dungeon Defender player, I want it to be something better. And that's why I complain. Let's see. Let's get a Poison Dart Tower here just to deal with that controlled burn, or help with the controlled burn. And then, you know what? I think we're just going to do this, actually. Let's go... two Flame Auras, and we'll allow a little Frosty Power to get in on both of those lanes. God dang it. There we go. Exclamation spotlights in chat there, Zendo. Everything is there in that playlist. I'm not going to go through all that on stream here. I actually don't have much time left. I told y'all this was going to be a shorty. I was actually planning for it to already be done. But I'll get through this map anyway. Okay, we got Stabby Dargans here. They're brittle. I'll just do that. And then we got Timmy. Spellbreaker Timmy. And we got Omega Squad Alpha. Wow, we got no cyborgs in this mess. Well, that's kind of a freebie then. Because we can just do something like this. And it'll be GG's. I mean, we could petrify it too. I've got a ton of DU left, so... Very nice. Alright, and what about here? We got Cyfrost Womps and Game Ogre. I think here we're gonna petrify and use some Flame Auras too. Of course, it's a Cyfrost lane, but I do want some fire damage going just because it's Frost enemies. And we got 12 Cyborgs, so it is Cyborg heavy, so... Gonna spread them way out. Make it so that each Flame Aura should have to be Cyborg stunned individually. And actually I got 200 left. Wow. Well, we can really kill this lane, I guess. Go with something like this. And that still leaves me 70. What do we want to do with 70? We could get more knock-up in. Alright, let's just see how it runs. I love this map. This map, you know how you always get good feels about a map when you get good loot on it? This map, I've gotten just amazing loot on over the years. Like some of the best pieces I can remember. Like when Chaos 5 was the max, the best Chaos 5 stuff I got was on this map. You know, when we started getting mods, I'd get more 10 out of 10 mods on this map than anywhere else. Back way back in the day, with the Monk's Polearm from this map, that was a big deal and hard to get a good one. You know, I'd farm it, I'd get the perfect Polearm and just tons of great relics and everything else at the same time. So I don't know, I've got good feels for this map just because it's been so absurdly lucky for me. It's like everything's getting beat down here, huh? And it's pretty. I mean, they did a good job with the map. It looks beautiful, you know? Get off me, you damn assassins. Yeah, I mean, if there ever was to be more events in DD2, this would be a prime candidate for the Halloween event. I mean, that's where it originally came. The very first Halloween event in DD2, I think it was 2015. This map and the Dead Road were introduced. Or it might have been 2014. I don't remember. It's 2014 or 2015. It's a long ass time ago. What's going on there, Nick? Right, I think we're probably good. I wanted to hit those skelly lanes. Before the PS4 beta? I don't think so. But maybe. I mean, I don't know for sure. I can remember this. This was the map that we found the bug for poisonous tips and sandstorm. The earth damage pets. I could still remember. I was standing right here. Like, the way you used to build it is you would wall it right here, and then you would put massive amounts of defenses all through this area, and you would let this sub-objective just fall. And then when a boss came, you and your teammate would come over. One would have poisonous tips, and one would have sandstorm on your pets, and you'd both pop them to buff each other and just nuke the boss. It was absurdly broken powerful, but it was so powerful that it would actually crash the game. And that was on PS4. So this map may have been here before then, yeah. But I can remember doing that on PS4. It turned into a troll thing. People were doing it in town, and it would crash the whole town. So everybody else that was in the town with them would get booted from the game. So I mean, you know how internet trolls are. That was like a trolling opportunity. An opportunity to make others' lives miserable. So many 12-year-olds, they live for that, you know? Any way to make everyone else's life miserable. Skellies are on the move here. I need to get some Skelly upgrades in, I think. Anti-frost. I've done my share of trolling over the years, so, I mean, I see it. I don't do it anymore. I don't troll anybody anymore. I used to troll people in Team Fortress 2. This was before YouTube. But I was doing it with my friend. Or pardon me, I was doing it with my son. And at the time, my son was like 11 years old. And to him, it was the funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. So, you know, I did my trolling. I'm guilty as charged, officer. Back in the day, you would have those Team Fortress 2 achievement servers. When is DD3 coming to Xbox? I'm gonna guess 2027? I don't know. It's not even started being made yet, so it'll be at least, 5 or 6 years? Oh, I thought he actually meant DD3. DDA will probably be on Xbox early to mid 2021, I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. That's a complete guess. It won't be here this year. I was very optimistic that they might be able to get it out by this year, but it definitely won't be there by this year. I'm pretty sure they'll get it out in 2021, but obviously that's not what people want to hear. It's just another case of unrealistic promises, you know? I mean, it sucks. They told us it would be here October 2019 on all platforms. But that was just not even close to being realistic, you know? I don't play it every day. I play a Dungeon Defenders game every day, but I don't grind DD2 all the time like I used to. There, Ali. So, I mean, pretty easy. I take breaks all the time. Quicksilver, what's up, man? I mean, I love tower defense. I mean, to me, these types of games are super fun. I just really, really enjoy them. So, I mean, that's how I've played it for so long. But, on the same note, I take breaks and play other stuff quite regularly. I'm doing good there, Quick. Just, playing a little DD2. I actually got a bunch of stuff I gotta do today. So, just playing a little DD2, getting a few more floors knocked out on this AP reset before I play Real Life Simulator. Well, I mean, DD2 is a pretty obvious choice because it's free, being free to play. But it's a completely different experience than DD1 and DDA and DDE. DD2 is in a league of its own as far as the it's the same franchise with this intertwined story that's still action defense, but the game plays completely different than the others. I might do a little. This is going to be a super short stream because I have to go do, like I said, I got to go play Real Life Simulator, but I may end up streaming some more Graveyard Keeper. Oh no! There we go. Saved from the goo. I may end up streaming some more Graveyard Keeper tonight. It's such a great game. I'm not positive. It depends on when. I got to take the kitty to the vet, is what I got to do. I won't, I'll just tell y'all what's going on. Little Blitz is getting old and starting to get some medical problems, and God, I just love the little guy so much. I just, you know, he's still generally healthy and happy. He's not like laying around in pain or anything. But he's getting old, you know? Just the best cat ever, too. But yeah, depending on how long I'm at the vet, I'm hoping they're just going to give him a shot. Send him home. He's having some respiratory issues. He's snotting. He's snotting everywhere. And, like, coughing a lot. I don't think I'll get there before I reset again quick. So never fear. I won't. I'm pretty sure I won't make it that far. I might. But I don't think I will. But yeah, anyway, I got to get the kitty to the vet, and then depending... I'm right at the point in Graveyard Keeper where things are starting to get more interesting. Well, he does have allergies, Satan, so I'm kind of hoping that that's just all it is some kind of a fall allergy thing. But he's had allergy problems just about every spring. So I'm hoping that that's all it is, and it's not anything bad, you know. But the thing is he's so old now. You know, like I said, he's acting normal. He's happy. He's still pestering the shit out of me to sit on my lap. He eats fine. You know, he's eating and drinking, no problems. If he was not older, I probably wouldn't take him to the vet. But the vets here are not, they're actually human beings. Unlike vets in so many other places I've lived. So it's fairly inexpensive just to go for an office visit to the vet here. I mean, in Vegas you couldn't go to a vet just to walk in the door and walk back out for under $500. You know, it was just ridiculous. They're all criminals there. I'm sure there was a good one somewhere, but I never found them. But the vets here are really cool. I mean, when they did the COVID thing, when all the shutdowns happened, they actually instantly set up where they could still take care of animals and still follow all the COVID regulations. You had to wait in your car. Now it's you pull up and you call, and they only let one person in at a time. So I guess you still have to wait in your car. You know, 'cause you have to wait your turn. But they're pretty cool here. They don't charge you a fortune. Oh, you had heard me say had to get the kid to the vet? There's been days where I've considered it, Quicksilver. Has definitely been days where I've considered it. Yeah, he's doing good. He's still chillaxing. He doesn't know he's finished with school now too, and he doesn't know if he wants to go back to school to get his master's degree, and he doesn't have to. He could start working at a major. Well, right now the airlines are all shut down because of COVID. They're not hiring anybody, but I mean, the second the COVID thing goes away, he could instantly start working at a major airline, making really good money. But he's not in a hurry at all. His problem is he got right out of high school, went directly into the Naval Academy, and active in the Naval Academy, where he was in their flight program, which is on site. So he was doing he was on deployments and everything else, flying. Well, they weren't doing combat missions, but they were doing missions in combat zones. And he never got that fresh out of high school, just turned 20 playtime. And now he's 25 and he's wanting to do that, so like he's driven around the US on his motorcycle. He's done all kinds of stuff. And now he's debating on actually re-enlisting. What's going on there, Sabroy? How you doing? You know, I don't know, Quicksilver. I'm assuming that there's some kind of travel opened up now, but I'm not positive on that. It might be all shut down still. I know two people. I know one person from Mexico that got stuck in the U.S. when COVID hit, and they were not able to get home for like 6 months. And then I know the opposite of that, a person from the U.S. that got stuck in Mexico and had to stay down in Mexico for like 6 months. So, I mean, it's just been a crappy situation for everybody, you know? Oh, yeah, it's been a long time, Quick. No doubt about it. Alright, y'all, so I got, 19 minutes to get the kitty to the vet, so I'm going to have to call it a day there. So, a little bit of a shorty. Depending on how long at the vet, I may end up going live on Twitch with some Graveyard Keeper later on. Not positive on that yet, though. Let's see if I got anything with that glorious loot-filled map. Nothing. Boo. Well, let's see. Do I at least get a destruction chart out of the deal? Nope. And here I bragged about how awesome that map was. What a bummer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal, Quick. I know a lot of people that got stuck traveling. Yeah, anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. I will get this AP reset finished up. This one's taking longer than normal. Where am I even at? I get to go into to the keep next, so that's good. I'll get this AP reset finished up here this week. Probably finish it either in edited videos over on Twitch. One of the two. But thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. I do appreciate it very, very much. And I'll see you all potentially later on with some more Graveyard Keeper. Not positive on that yet. Check it out on Twitter. And I will keep everybody posted there. But thanks again, y'all. I'll see you all next time. Take it easy.